Hey there, and welcome to the third episode of my Icarus Evolution series for Dyson Sphere Program. I'm Icon, and we're going to build the factory I was talking about in the last episode. So, just like I had promised, I have updated the power grid a bit, and luckily enough, I was able to slap down one Tesla connecting to these wind towers here, and yeah, we don't need to set up an entirely new power grid for our mining and smelting operation here, and I consider myself quite happy about that. So there's still a lot of work to do. We will start today with the acquisition of the iron veins, and after that, well, there's still a little bit of a pickle with that copper. The best spots here seem to be this one, and I think there was another one somewhere. Well, there's another copper deposit. Well, there is no real extremely close and comfy deposit here in the vicinity, so we have to live with that. I think I'm going to start out with the iron deposit here, simply because it's further away from the power grid and it's closer to the copper veins, so we can do our basic smelting stuff maybe over here at this place, and let's see, probably over here. It's still hard to tell. So our good buddy will now clear the environment here for us, just holding down the shift key to clearing out the trees. You know, this nasty environment. Somebody has to get that under control. Okay, so let's stuff some of that plant material into our loading bay, and there we go. So tech-wise, just like I mentioned in the last episode, I have progressed through the semiconductors, thermal power, and oil refining. So plasma extract refining, it's actually oil, but whatever. So I have finally unlocked the solar collection technology, which will be a really, really good and important step forward for us. But I wanted to wait with that until I recorded the next episode. So stuff has been locked away here. Wonderful. And let's start out with some mining machine. Alright, so here, of course, I want to cover as many as possible, but try to never cover more than 12 with a basic miner. It just doesn't, it's just not worth it, you know. So, there we go. Well, alright, we're getting that. So at this point, I'm really interested in grabbing all of the nodes, if possible. So I'm missing one here, so that's not really acceptable for me. I don't mind if they have if they double dip, but I surely do mind if we don't have enough. If we don't tap every single vein, that would be unnecessary. Okie doke. So we're going to slap down. Where's it at? Logistics. Not here. Power. Just want to get this Tesla down there, and we obviously need two of them. Okay. So let's check out those miners. Oh, come on. Seriously? Wow. Nasty. Okay. Now that should be better. Now, this dude has 6 veins, and 7 veins. So we can combine the output of 2 of these dudes to fill one entire belt. That's a good thing. Okay, so let's start with that, I'd say. One of the first things that I want to automate production-wise is the production of conveyors and such, because, you know, these are just too necessary too often. So we're going to slap down a bit of that here, and let's go there. And we're gonna be needing a splitter now. Collides with other object. Hey, we got the solar panels researched. Wonderful. Alright, so with this little neat machine, we're going to combine the output of both miners into one belt, because every belt can transport 6 items per second. Right now, every single of these miners produces 3 iron ore per second, so together, both miners will fill one belt. That's what we're aiming for, and that's what I was looking for. So here, this one produces 3.5 iron ore per second. That's a little bit unfortunate, and, well, I'd need one with 5, so let's see if I can slap down one more here. It should work. 4. Dang. So what I'm trying to achieve here, oops, is that I want to have a second income of iron ore, which fills yet another belt. Because I want to have 2 entire belts. One for the production of iron plates, and the other one for the production of magnets. So let's see, 6 veins here, 4 veins here. So, well, it's like we're not quite able here to facilitate the entire... Let's see if I get closer in here. 9 veins now. Okay, so, well, that's more than we needed, but whatever. It is really not bad. Like, I rather take the overproduction above the underproduction. There we go. So, we gotta be creating one more splitter here. Probably more than one. Can I handcraft these on a larger scale? Yes, I can. Wonderful, but I'm gonna be setting up a couple of these in a string, because I want to have them available, you know. Okay. So, let's connect that like this. I really want to get used to these a little bit more. I mean, I don't like the connection to the F buttons, but on these here. But the tabs are actually intelligently sorted, and therefore it's pretty much worth checking them out. Okay, so for the conveyor belts, let's see. We're going to need merely iron plates and gear wheels, so that's going to be a very easy thing to do. But first, we gotta bring up the smelters. And another thing that I want to fix there as quick as possible is among the upgrades, and that's the drone engine. Here we go. Construction drone flight speed is just a really, really powerful upgrade, especially in the early game, because, you know, that flight speed of those is really horrible. Okay, so we have now set up our stuff here, and, well, the copper mining is really on an unfortunate spot. We'll have to bring up a huge conveyor belt over the water here. I hope I don't need bridges or anything like that. But that means I'll be smelting the copper stuff over here. There was foundation and great facilities, blueprint, environment modifications, but I think I haven't researched that yet. Dang. Well, anywho. We're setting up here now our base camp, which will provide us with all the quality of life we need for this planet. Factorio players would call it a mall, but I don't dare to call it a mall because we're not even closely going to be producing everything we need. So it's just the whiny attempt of mulling around. Alright, so let's see. Production. I got the smelters here, and I got the output of these dudes there. So I don't want to waste too much room here, so we're going to go for that here. And let's see if I can drop the conveyor like I want to. That's the most important thing, but it looks good. Okay, so to ease the workflow, I'm going to set up the iron ingot recipe from the get-go. And let's see, I wanted to try out if that does work already. So this dude has a work speed of 1.5 per sec, yeah? Okay. So, let's see. I want to output the iron into what direction? I think into that direction should the stuff fall. Okay. My idea here is to try and check out whether or not the sorters will be copied. Because the last time it did actually copy the sorters as well. And I want to try out how quality of life I can go. How deep I can go with the quality of life. So, sorters, boom. Alright, so our construction drones now fly faster, and I tell you, this is one of the major quality of life things that you're aiming for early on. There we go. Okay, so shift copy, and wait a sec, I want to extend the conveyor belt because it looks like it's automatically copying the sorters as well. And that's a big bonus. Like in Victorio, you have to do these things a lot less comfy. So, energy circuits, more fuel power, mass construction, we're gonna need those. Communication control, plus data, plus construction, right? Wonderful. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. Like, that's what I like to see. This is really, really easy to set up, and I hope you guys already knew that. If not, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. So now we got that iron ingot production. It's been easy. It's been super easy like that. And the best part about it is now I can steal them for myself as much as I want to have. So, or as many I want to have, actually. So the next thing I want to do is we're going to pipe that stuff over here. Those coal veins will come in handy later on too. There's a lot of good stuff you can create out of coal in this game. It's not only fuel, not at all. Alright, so more construction drones. Researched now. Wonderful. Okay. So there's big business rolling now there. And let's get that big business rolling over there as well. So we're going to handcraft a couple of conveyor belts still. Can't change it. But what I can change there is can pick up a couple of iron ingots real easily. I like that. So here, one of the things I like about this game is that I'm actually able to plot down these, even though I don't own the conveyor belts yet. It's really cool. Like, I can make my plans even though I don't have the necessary materials yet. Lack of item. Never mind. I was talking nonsense. So, as a matter of fact, I don't know why I'm actually doing this. Oops. I'm just realizing that there's really no reason to go all the way up there with the ore. If I can just smelter along this length here. Boom, you know. There we go. So now we just need to set up enough room for 9 of these dudes. So, I mean, there's another cool thing that should work like that. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Lack of item. Alright. So we're not going to be producing these things by hand forever. No, no. These are basically the beginnings of something bigger and better here. Okay, so logistics, we're going to drop these dudes there. And we'll have to dismantle this here. I hope that didn't disrupt the power grid too much. Nope, it didn't. Awesome. No! I didn't mean you to make that, Also, I need no fuel in my dummy. It's such an interesting concept that you have to constantly refuel your mech. Oh, come on, game. Are we done now? It's just me clicking the wrong things. Don't get me wrong here. So, do I have any other fuel here in my inventory? Not really. Not really. So, I actually brought one of these wireless transmission towers over here due to that reason. There we go. Can't just directly take the power from the fuel from the power grid this way. So, here. Magnets. They produce they need 1.5 seconds per ore. That means we get to produce like 45 per minute, I think. If I haven't well, I need to run this through a calculator, but if it takes 50% longer than this one, it takes 50% more smelters. You don't need to calculate that, you just need to factorize that, you know. Recipe copy operation. So what can you do here? Oh, use the, okay. These icons can be used too. Nice. But I think shift copy and clicking on these puts on the sorters as well. This is a feature I really adore. Can't tell you how much I like that. It's really cool to have just a real easy attachment of these dudes. Bam. Just like that. Job's done. I love it. It's really good. So, we don't have any further Tesla towers, don't we? Damn. So much stuff we need to produce. Seriously. Alright, there we go. So now we got that magnet production running too. Wonderful. Let's dismantle them dudes. We don't need that. Okay, so magnets and iron plates done. Wonderful. So the first thing that I want to do here with all that stuff we got, and it's just a very, very easy way, we're just going to slap down 2 assemblers that are not supposed to stay here forever. I need some Teslas for that. This is only supposed to give me a quick access to conveyor belts, so I don't have to produce them all the time by hand. We're going to automate all of these things later, but we have to start somewhere. There we go. Wonderful. So let's just hope that I didn't put them too close to each other, but no, didn't. Okay. Go. Needs lots of sorters because you need to have the maximum throughput. I don't know if I really need to, but I want to. And here we go. Conveyor belts. Quickly produced. So we should be able to transport that stuff directly into a storage account. Yeah. So capacity for automation. Here we go. Just want to have 1, or well, let's say 2 stacks of that. This is going to be erased later anyway, so this is just to ease the pain of construction here a bit. Okay, so let's see. We need more mining machines, for sure. And there's another big problem there. We don't have any power over at the copper vein land, so we gotta be checking out where I can research foundation stuff, you know? Let's see, steel smelting environment modification. That's definitely what we need. Yeah. Foundation. Okay, so steel smelting. We produce steel out of metal plates. Wonderful. Okay. So probably I'll be changing the stuff here later on. So this array here might leave the building and might be moved over here. Or I'll just make... Yeah, I think I'm going to make all the steel out of this stuff. We'll see about that. It's not that important to know it yet, but it's important that we set it up after all. So I can't do much about the copper stuff here, dang. But we can do another thing in the time between until I have that researched, because without foundation there's going to be no fun here at all. But we're not bound or in trouble here or whatever. So let's see, can I get that? Yes, 5. So we always want to get somehow 7 nodes at once on one belt. I think that's 7 now. Yes. All right. Wonderful. So let's make something out of that coal while we're at it. Oops. So, go. So that's something I researched in between those 2 episodes. It's a tech which allows me to refine coal into something more efficient there. So let's see. Let's check out the recipe. It's called, here, energetic graphite. So it transforms 2 units of coal in 2 seconds into 1 unit of that. So that means effectively it eats up 1 unit of coal per second, if I'm not mistaken. Because if we take 2 coal in 2 seconds, we take 1 coal in 1 second, of course. So that means we can supply 3 smelters with this. So let's do this. I personally love to go for maximized outputs here. Which means that if something can produce so and so much, I really want to let it produce all of it. You get my idea. So we're going to do the same thing here. Only it's going to be merely 3 of them smelters. Here we go. And this is going to be one of my most important early game fuel things, because one of the most beautiful things about energetic graphite is you get 6.75 megajoule out of that. Compared to raw coal, which only yields 2.7, that's an increase. Like you only would get 5.4 megajoule if you burn 2 units of coal, unrefined, and even better, it's giving you a 50% bonus when used as fuel, so it's just brilliant. Best stuff you can use. So for the time being, we're going to spit out that stuff into this direction, and I'm also going to drop that ultimately into a storage module. This is not where I want to end, but it is where we're going to use it for later. The good thing about storages in this game is they're not only buffer stations, they're also distributors. Like, if you check this thing out, the storage here can be connected by lots and lots of different from lots and lots of different sides here. Here, see, it has 3 connectors for sorters, so you can use storage facilities a lot for distribution in this game. It's something I really like. So we're going to use the same thing here, shift left click and then just left click, and I really like how easily you get those sorters attached. Really addictive. Something I really enjoy here. Now we're going to drop the sorters here. And for that energetic graphite, it's the same thing. I don't want to have an insane overproduction of these. No, 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 no. I just want to have a couple of them available for later in general, and we're also going to feed the mech with that later. But for now, I'm just trying to get away all the stuff that I don't need here. So that's all we're going to do with the coal for now. I leave up a little bit of that deposit here because we don't really need to access it right now. We're researching foundation now, which is really cool. So I'd say in the meantime, until all that stuff's done, we're going to get over and produce ourselves some steel. Because, you know, I wanted to start with copper, but obviously the game noped me out there. So we're producing 1 miner here. Oh, let's see. That's an interesting and unfortunate positioning here, but let's see. We got 8 veins, 9 veins, and 6 veins. So, well, yeah, deposits are as they are. We're going to make the best out of that. I mean, This whole side here is ought to produce steel, so we can split up our production just as we want to. So let's see, this one is even, this one is even, this one is uneven. It sucks a little bit, but whatevs. Okay, let's bring in the power. Oh, dang. I can't connect both of them with one Tesla. That would have been great, but obviously we don't get that lucky this time. Alright. So another thing we'll be needing for foundation is not only steel, but also packed or refined stone, but you know, at this point we all know how stuff works out here. So let's go for that. I think I want to get rid of this machine, this wind turbine here too. They're just standing in my way, you know. Let's see. The power still does suffice here. Wonderful. So there goes. Do I have enough smelters for that job? I highly doubt it. So let's produce a couple of those. So we got an output of 8 here. That translates into 4 iron plates, or 4 ore per second. So we're just going to, let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. So let's check out that steel recipe. Steel, steel, steel. There it is. So for the first time, we have a material that we can't do in the replicator. And it's eating up 1 unit of steel per second. So that's an easy thing to calculate there. Okay, so what's not that easy to calculate there is that we got an output of 4 here and an output of 6 there. So when that happens, my trick is going to be the following. We're going to help ourselves in sorting out the chaos bit. Let's go that way. Oh, I definitely need more sorters. And I need more iron blades. Of course I need more. But that's the good news, you know, we're just grabbing by now stuff from the other areas, and we do have less and less problems in resupplying ourselves. That's good. We're only beginning here, but it's a good beginning. Okay, so let's go and put up these dudes here. And we researched Foundation. Wonderful. Okay, I really enjoy how easy it is in this game to set up large smelting facilities. Lovely. So here we can only put up 3 smelters. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm gonna be setting up the belt there. I ran out of Teslas again. Typical. Okay. So let's see. But it did it did bring up the sorters in the wrong direction. So that's what I was interested in. If I put it mirrored, does it work too? But it actually doesn't. Dang. So, well. And here we see where the quality of life hits its limits. But as long as you do everything in the same direction, you won't be ever running into any problems. So what we're going to use here is, yet again, the storage. I'll use the storage module to distribute the metal plates into the steel smelters. And, you know, the storage is capable of outputting way more than 6 units per second. It'll all make sense in a moment, don't you worry. So, there's still stone to be done. We haven't done stone yet. So, nice surprise. 100 titanium ore. Yeah. Pretty cool, that. Oops. So, let's see. Judging from what I'm noticing here, well, the energized graphite, or whatever it's called, standing in my way here. So we are gonna be dismantling that, and let's see. It's a little bit difficult here. Where do I want to produce the steel? That's the main question there, but I think the answer will be somewhere down here. Okay, if that's the case, we can smelter the rest of the plates up here. So here I'm going to set up 5 smelters, as if I have the full production. The last one of them will not be able to produce at full capacity, but you know, that's something I don't worry too much about. Because, you know, there's really, really worse things. Whoa! Game. So I really noticed that there's sometimes little hiccups in the topography that make me do things. Alright. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just going to pipe that stuff downhill. Really hope that the sorters will sort this out. Pun intended. And there we go. So I got now lots and lots of that stuff available, and that's just brilliant fuel, you know. Got me several gigajoules of that. Nice. Okay, so we definitely won't have enough sorters for that. I can't wait for these to be finally automated. So here, so we can't produce. We'll need 2 sorters here because of the unlucky topography there. Because you see, there's only 0.75 possible per sec. So. And let's copy them dudes here. These should work out nicely, though. Alright. 1 Tesla to rule them all, and now we've got the necessary output of the iron plates. That's going to be supplying us completely there. So what I'm going to do now is, well, the wireless power tower is definitely in my way here. And we're going to slap down the storage, let's see, oops. So the storage can dwell, like, there. I don't know if this is going to be the ideal spot for my taste, but let's see. Oh yeah, there's another thing. 1, 2, 3. It should work out. So with those storages, it's really important that you keep one thing in mind. If you want to transport 6 items per second into the storage or out of the storage, you'll need sorters that do the job. So this is where the tier 2 sorters are starting to be more interesting, because these dudes can transport 6 units of wares per second. So we're able to, or 3 units of wares per second, I should rather say. So since these aren't fully pressured belts, I am overkilling this a little bit here, I know, but you'll surely forgive me. So let's let's see, can't actually do this. Well, it's only half as efficient, I see. Well, these tier 2 sorters do need a lot more resource, though, compared to their lesser brethren, but, you know, there's a real massive power-up behind them as well. So, game, please. I want to slap down the conveyor. So, here we go. Now, we can just grab our stuff here. And one important thing there is I want to limit this thing to a really low amount of iron plates. So here's the thing. It is not possible for me to output more than 6 iron plates right now in the way that I built this. And if we want to do this later differently, I need to redistribute the connectors. But for now, it is okay. That's why I didn't want to have a large scale steel smelting network yet. We're gonna be getting there later. So there we go. Let's just finish that here. Let's recheck that steel recipe one more time. It was 3 units of iron plate per... Yeah, okay. So there's absolutely no reason whatsoever to go this majestic, because this is going to be a really small array, merely producing 2 units of steel per second. Because steel is freaking costly. So we're now needing more of these dudes. And that's where I'm going to be ending this episode here. Well, we're going to finish the steel, obviously, but I won't be doing the copper expansion today. So, wait a sec. Oh, crap. So, here's one mistake I did. To fully fill that belt, of course, with 6 units per second, we'll be needing a pair of high-tier inserters. 2 of these dudes produce the necessary output we'll need for that. There we go. This is inefficiently planned. I don't want to sugarcoat it, but it'll do the trick. So here, for the steel assemblers, it's really important that you put up either 2 tier 1 assemblers or 1 tier 2 assembler, because that thing eats, or well, it doesn't eat. Nah, I'm wrong. It just eats 1 iron plate per second. Don't mind me. I was talking nonsense here. So there we go. And we got ourselves some steel. Wonderful, isn't it? So that's a big piece of progress there. So I'll be slapping down 1 storage facility yet again. Like I said, they are not only buffers, they're also wonderful distributors. That's one thing I love about this game, that the storage facilities here can be really good, really used well for distribution, but well, it's not unsimilar to Factorio. At the end of the day, be careful with how much product you store at one place. You'll have to move it away one day too. Okay, dear friends, that's it for this episode. I went a little bit longer here because I really wanted to get that stuff done. Next episode, we're going to grab that copper as well. I'm pretty sure it's then about time to upgrade my power grid as well, but we're going to see about that. And then solar power, mall, whatever. There's a lot of stuff to be done, but I'm quite happy with that beginning here. We do have a nice income to begin with, and let's see where that'll get us. So drop me a comments down below, leave me your thumbs up if you enjoyed, and of course consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. There's daily content coming up from my side. You merely have to hit that notification bell. Catch you guys next time, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.